Hi guys, welcome to another beautiful episode of The Exposure on Citizen Information Network. Last week we told you that The Exposure is a program that gets to inform and enlighten and also expose us to things that we know and things that we do not know, and things that we know to give us more details on things that we know already. Today's topic is good manners and social etiquette. We'll go on a short break now, and when we get back, get to discuss this topic. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. You're still watching Citizen Information Network. Yes, today's topic is good manners and social etiquette. You want to ask me, what is good manners? Good manners is a polite and well-bred social behavior. Good manners is something we use every day to make a good impression on others, and something that makes us feel good about ourselves. And if you actually have good manners, people around you will know that you are considerate about their feelings and you are respectful. Yes, good manners is a little bit different from morals. Yes, it's a little bit different because morals go on a deeper level. Good manners is just on the surface, our attitude on the surface. Yes, and we are also going to be talking about social etiquette. Yes, but I would like to give us a slight difference of good manners and social etiquette, just in case we are confused that, oh, this topic seems to be on the same level. Yes, there's a slight difference. Good manners actually have to do with interpersonal relationship or communication, or rather conversation with people. But social etiquette have to do with when you are in a gathering with other people. Manners is all about learning to say please, thank you, excuse me, sorry is very important. It is an important part of good manners. If you do not know how to say please, I'm sorry, thank you, excuse me, it's going to make people around you feel offended or get annoyed. Now, in which cases do you need to say please or excuse me? Let me give us a scenario. For instance, when someone gets you a gift or something, or buys you something, and you refuse to say thank you. For instance, someone sends you a recharge card and you forgot to say thank you, or probably someone sends you money. Even if that person is obligated to or something, you should at least say thank you. In most situations where thank you is needed, and probably when you want to pass by or you need someone to adjust, you can say excuse me instead of just pushing the person without saying excuse me. It makes you feel unruly, and the person will perceive that you are a kind of rude person. So, and also when you want to ask for something, you can just, when you want to make a request, yes, when you want to make a request, you can say, please, can I have your pen? Please, can you pass me the sauce? Just make use of the word please, so that it won't seem as if you are giving a command to the person you are communicating with. So I think that this little golden words that we have listed above will make us understand that yes, we can be polite when we are interacting with people. So if you do not know how to make use of the word please, thank you, excuse me, I think you should do that. And before we go further, I would like to show us a video of people's opinion about what they refer to as good manners. We'll be right back. Just watch this clip and get a glimpse of what people refer to as good manners. Yes, we'll be right back.
Like in terms of option, maybe you want to demand for something, say please. Or somebody offended you, or maybe you ask your word sorry, I'm very sorry. Or if somebody did something that is well appreciable, it's the word thank you. These are some, or maybe I want to demand for something, okay, just this word thank you, please, I'm very sorry. These are words of words you can use for good approach. This is very good manners.
For me, salutation is love. You understand? If you don't say sorry, excuse me, I'm sorry, you don't have good manners. You don't have good manners at all. You understand? Then they say that sanitation is not love. Sanitation is not love. If you don't greet me, if I'm your neighbor, you don't give me good morning, how will you know how I'm feeling? You don't know whether I'm sick. It's true you're greeting. Good morning, sister. Oh, I'm not feeling okay. Oh, you know that your sister is young. But if you just pass by, you can't know that I'm sick. You understand? If you don't say sorry or anything, you don't have good manners.
Okay, good manners are very important in a human life. You know, the way you approach people, the way you talk to them politely, at least the good manners start from there. Then maybe when things go further, the way you do things matters a lot. Some people you excuse them, maybe you want to go to somewhere, you met them at the bus stop. Hello, can I? Do you know a way to some place? They'll be like, they will just snub you, and that's very bad. And that very person needs their help. You understand? So good manners matters a lot. It can pave the way. The person you snub here today, you can meet him somewhere tomorrow. Maybe the same person that even want to ask a question, and he might remember, was it not that lady that snubbed me that day? So it's very, very important. So it paved the way. Every training started from the home. You know, it's very, very important. When you are well trained, you will know how to say, oh, I'm sorry, please. It clears the way too. It's very good. It's very important to him.
I think basically respect for people's space. So when you get a, you know, I want to see you saying, please excuse. You don't just rush in as if you are coming from from the garage, as Nigerians will put it. But I think respect for people's space, what they're doing at a particular time, it actually depends on what is going on at that particular point in time. You want to pick a pen. Oh, excuse me, please, can I use your pen? So it's mainly, the basis mainly is mutual respect. When you respect people, it shows in the way you approach them and the way you ask for things. You know, you want to pass, please excuse me, you know, stuff like that. So I think the basis mainly is respect. You should have respect for human beings all around to help you to have better manners.
I hope this clip has been able to shed more light on this topic, and if you would like to watch the full clip of that video, you can follow us on our social media, and on YouTube especially, you can watch the full clip of that video on our YouTube channel, which is at CRN Niger. So to shed more light and give more explanation on what good manners is, as I was giving the examples before we took a break to watch the clip that we just did now, how to talk to adults respectfully, or someone higher in status or someone higher in rank or position. Yes, we should know how to talk to adults respectfully, and also the aspect of greeting people. Definitely you may not have any relationship with people you work with, or people you tend to have one or two things with daily, but I think courtesy demands that you exchange greetings with one another. People you come across with, people you know, people you work with in the same environment, you should at least say a good morning or good afternoon or good evening, and also show respect to people that you know they deserve your respect in position, in rank, and people that you think culturally you should respect. So I think that is also one of the major points in having good manners. So we'll go to the next point, which is how to act in another person's home. Yes, how to act in another person's home. You know, sometimes we tend to forget ourselves when we visit our relatives, or probably our family, friends, or our loved ones. We tend to forget that we are not home. So things that you do at home that you just neglect, like, okay, you can be lazy at home, you can lazy around, you can do some nasty things when you are home, but when you are with someone, even if they make you feel at home, there are some things you should do. And this includes assisting in doing chores. Yes, you can't go to someone's home and fine, they may make you feel at home 3-4 days a week and all that, but you should also try to assist in doing the house chores, even when they do not ask you to. You know, it's part of good manners. And also learn to obey the rules of that home. The rule of the home could be everybody goes to church every Sunday, and you may be the kind of person that doesn't go to church regularly, but because it's a rule in that house, you should actually obey. And some slightly rules that, okay, you know that this is not bad, probably this is their tradition in that home, you should follow it since you are not at home, so that they will know that you are showing a good representative of your family. So going to the next point, giving up seats in train or bus for those in need. Very important also. When you are in a bus, you give when you are in a bus and you see someone that actually needs, probably an elderly person or a disabled person, you can actually stand up for that person to sit. Not raising your voice and hand in an argument. When you engage in an argument with someone, do not raise your voice. At least you can tender your points or your suggestion in a very low voice. But this is different when you are angry, because when you are angry, there's a reason for you to actually, because your emotions are heightened. So that one is not a big deal. But when you engage in an argument with someone, just try to lower your voice and give your points. And also, we'll be going to holding the door or opening the door for those that need it, irrespective of their gender. Yes, this is not only restricted to male folks alone. As a lady, when you see someone that is carrying a load or probably a disabled person, it is not bad for you to hold the door or man the door for them if need be. Just try to be nice to them and all that. And for a male, yes, for male, yes, it is part of good manners for you to know how to open the door of a car, open the door of a restaurant for a lady, especially when you are on a date. And also, not just that, we are going to how you friendly treatment of disabled people. Yes, we should be friendly to disabled people around. When we see them around on the street, on the road, we should be friendly to them. And those that may probably ask for alms, those that may need it, if we have, we should render help to them. I know that, yes, the society that we are in, sometimes when you do good, it can be turned to something negative at the end of the day. But when you have God, I think that nothing will definitely happen to you. It is actually good to render alms to people in need and be friendly to disabled people. So also, part of our point for good manners is act before taking. Yes, act before taking. Before taking something that doesn't belong to you in your office, at home, in a gathering, wherever, just act before taking things that doesn't belong to you. And also placing things where they are meant to be, where you took them from. Yes, this is also part of good manners. As some may call it home training, like they say. Nigerians, you know, sometimes when you are at home and your mom will ask you, where did you put, I dropped this thing here, I was supposed to meet it here and I can't find it because someone took it, you know. So sometimes when you pick up things, put them in their proper places, even in a place of work, to save people the stress and all that. And going on, let's be a giver from the heart and let your love be genuine. Do not fake it. Due to our research, we've seen that showing love to people can also be added to what we mean as good manners. Yes, showing love to people, loving people genuinely, yes, is also part of good manners. And never gossip. Yes, never gossip about anyone. Whatever you want to say to them in their presence. What you can't say in front of them, do not say behind them. It's also part of good manners. And also, lastly for today, we have another point, which is walk away from confrontation. Yes, sometimes when you engage in a heated argument with someone and the person wants to harass you physically, yes, it is part of good manners to just walk away from confrontation. Yes, I think with this little point of ours, we've been able to have a glimpse of what we mean as good manners. So you can check out for more points on good manners, but with the little we have explained, I hope that we've been able to learn one or two things. We'll go on a break now, and when we get back, we are going to talk about social etiquette. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. You're still watching Citizen Information Network. Now on to social etiquette. Etiquette is the code of behavior that which dictates expectation for social behavior according to contemporary conventional norms. Yes, and also I have another definition of mine, which is this is the code of polite conduct. If you do not practice proper etiquette, you are likely to annoy or offend people. If you do not practice proper etiquette, you are likely to annoy or offend people. Yes, so I'll be giving us examples of what we mean, of what we refer to as social etiquette, for us to have better understanding of what social etiquette is. And like I explained earlier, social etiquette is a little bit different from good manners, because it has to do with you being in a gathering, in a social meeting, or probably in a date with other people, or in an association of people generally. So the first point we have here is chew with mouth closed. Yes, some of us, the way we chew actually offends people. It annoys people around us, because we tend to make noise when we chew, and we tend to open our mouth when we chew, which is not supposed to be. When you chew, your mouth is supposed to be closed, and you do it gently and silently as possible. So showing up on time for meetings and dates. Yes, showing up for meetings and dates. You know, sometimes they say Nigerians always come late and all that, but a part of the code of conduct of social etiquette is being on time for dates and meetings. Yes, sometimes you may have reasons to be late due to some circumstances that you cannot prevent, but it's actually good to always go early for meetings and dates. You know, when you are meeting someone for the first time and the person gets there 30 minutes, 1 hour late to the precise date of your actual outing, it's, you know, first impression matters most. It really matters. So we should learn how to go early for dates and meetings. Also, not making horrible sound while sipping soup or tea. Some of us, when we sip our soup or tea, we tend to make we make a lot of sound. Some of us do it purposely, and we do it unconsciously without knowing, but it is also part of social etiquette to sip your tea or soup without making noise. And splitting bills on dates. Yes, this is very, very important. Splitting bills on dates. But before then, let's discuss this point that we have, which is learn to smile when you meet people. Learn to smile when you meet people. Yes, some of us, when we meet people or when we greet people, we tend to always frown our faces. You know, sometimes your smile attracts people to you, and it brings people closer to you. So we should learn to smile, and also we should learn to remember people's name. Yes, some people can tell us their names 10 times and we still do not remember. I know we have a lot in our minds and all that, but it is also part of it's also one of the code of conduct of social etiquette to remember people's name, and also to smile when we meet people. So like I was saying earlier, splitting bills on a date. I know that this topic, you know, some of us will be like, why should I split bills? He wants to see me, blah blah blah. Yes, if it is both, if you guys actually have mutual interest of seeing each other, probably it may not even be someone that has interest in you, probably a friend, it could be a guy or a girl, you understand, it is part of social etiquette to actually split bills. Or probably when you want to hang out with your girlfriends, a girl hanging out with her girlfriends, going out with her female friends and all that, it is actually part of social etiquette to split bills with your friends and not leave one person to carry the whole burden, except the person has enough and the person tells you, do not worry, I'll handle the bills and all that. And also it goes for guys also. When you're hanging out with your male friends, you should also split bills. But when you're going on a personal date, probably the person really wants to see you and you do not have enough on you, yes, the person can actually pay for the date. So we are going to not talking with a mouth full of food. Yes, not talking with a mouth full of food. Sometimes when we want to say something, I think it is better for us to swallow what we want to, what is in our mouth, so that we won't choke. So it's better to talk after you've swallowed what is in your mouth. So it is not good to talk with a mouth full of food. And also saying sorry after sneezing. Yes, saying sorry after sneezing. When we are in public places and we sneeze, we should actually say sorry. So we go to the next point, which is listen to others. You don't have to hug the conversation. Some of us, really have difficulty in listening to people, and that is very, very wrong. We just want to keep talking and let our point be heard without listening to people, and that's very bad. We should learn how to listen to others, listen to what they have to say before we now make our own point. Yes, we should learn how to listen to people, and not just listen alone, listen to understand, irrespective of what the person is saying. Even if the person is saying rubbish, at least let that person know that you have a glimpse of what he or she is talking about. So we are going to, don't point fingers at others or stare at others. Yes, when you want to make a description of someone, or probably you want to point at someone to describe to another person, it is very bad to point at others. Yes, you can actually describe with the clothes they are wearing, the kind of hairstyle they make, or whatever, instead of pointing at them. And sometimes when we stare too long at people, not stare too long, when you stare, you're actually looking at the person for so long. So you can just take a glance at people. Sometimes when you admire what they wear, when you admire their hairstyle, just take a glance, or probably ask for permission to take their picture if you really want to look at it, instead of staring at people for so long and making them feel uncomfortable. So the point we have right now, we are going to the use of our cell phones, social media, and the likes. Yes, don't engage in personal long conversation on the phone while in the bus. Yes, some of us, when we are in the bus, fine, it's not that we shouldn't pick a call or something. If it's an emergency, yes, we should pick our call. Even if it's not an emergency, when you have any call at all, pick it up. But if it has to do with a personal long conversation and you know you are in the bus, you can actually tell the person to call you back, because you are not the only one in that bus. So you tend to make people feel uncomfortable when you talk for so long. Probably when you are traveling, you have a reason to make a very long call. Not bad, but due to our research, one of the code of conduct or social etiquette is that you shouldn't make long personal calls when you are in the bus. And also, think before you press send or on mails or chats. Yes, there are some things that we say out of anger. There's some things we say even when we are happy, making promises and others. But sometimes when you press send on a chat or on a mail, you know you can't retrieve it back, and it can be used against you in time. It can be used against you anytime. So when you want to press send, be certain that, okay, this is what I have written, this is what I have typed, and I can prove it that, okay, yes, I wrote this, I wrote that. So before you press send, just think before you click the button. And lastly, for today, we have this point, which is very important. Yes, because we are in the jet age and the 21st century, whereby every little thing we want to post on social media. So according to our research, we've been able to find out that among the code of conduct of social etiquette, it is be mindful of what you post on social media. Why should you be mindful? Whatever you post on social media can be retweeted, can be saved, can be screenshotted, and you may not have it anymore, but the person that saved, your friends or probably people you don't know, who may have saved that picture or retweeted that tweet, they still have it in their archive. They have it and it may last for years. So you should be mindful of whatever you post on social media, because it might offend people and it may make some people feel discriminated or whatever. So whatever you post on social media, be it pictures or whatever you write on social media, be certain that you are not you're not favoring some particular aspect of people, and you're not discriminating some particular aspect of people. So I think with the little point that we have rendered today, we've been able to learn one or two things. And everybody read every day. I also am not excluded. This stuff that we've enlightened us is based on research. It's not based on what we are told or probably what someone is perfect in. No, it is what we have researched on and we've learned also. That is why we are sharing this to you. So I hope that you've been able to learn a lot from this program. Thank you so much for staying with us, and you can also thank you so much for staying with us. We'll also be here same time next week on Wednesday by 4 p.m. You can follow us on our social media on Instagram on Facebook and on Twitter at CRN Niger, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at CRN Niger, and also follow us on our social. You can also log on to our website www.crnnigeria.com. Thank you very much. The program you are watching is The Exposure. Thank you, and my name remains Rebecca IRABOR. Thank you very much.